Hello, and thank you for making time. My name is Irbad Ibrahim, and I'm a citizen of the Republic of Ghana. There are people who choose to get dual citizenship. You are a citizen of this republic and you are a citizen of another country. But in my case, the only country I call home is the Republic of Ghana. And I am into peace building, helping with efforts of peace and security, stability and all that, not only in Ghana, but in other parts of the world. And anytime I travel somewhere to help them in what little way I can, to ensure that there is stability, there will be long-term development and prosperity for the people, I feel happy because it's a form of service to humanity. But my umbilical cord is buried in the soil. The Republic of Ghana is my country. I'm a son of the soil. So I cringe and shudder to think of why fellow Ghanaians would like to always throw out negativity out to the international community. What kind of a country are you if the only thing the international community gets to hear about you is negativity? That deters foreign direct investment, making an attempt at every score to make a mountain out of a molehill does not paint you in a good light. I have some two friends who just returned from the US, and one of them told me while they were in Boston, Massachusetts, they were robbed at gunpoint. I said, what? In fact, when I was in the US as well for my short training, I felt more secure in Ghana than I was in the US. But does CNN cover only negativity about its country? Does the BBC cover only negativity about the United Kingdom? Why is it that in Ghana, even if the problem is so minuscule, fruitless efforts are made at alarmism, creating an impression to the international community as though Ghana is at a war against its own self? The video that was premiered yesterday, prime time, according to the jury out there, contained absolutely nothing. Do you know the definition of a militia? Do you know what militias do around the world? Do you know what militias do in Iraq, in Syria, in Afghanistan, and in Somalia? They decapitate people or behead people, they bombard, and they kill. Why would you call a benign and harmless group of young men and women who are themselves sons and daughters of the soil? Is it now a crime to prepare yourself for possible employment as a youth? With very minimal information, people go to town to create an impression of Armageddon in the Republic of Ghana. We are a nation at complete peace with ourselves, and don't allow anybody create an aura of artificial alarmism that deters you from being the productive person you should be, and that deters foreign direct investment into the country. Why do you want to go on vacation in Europe? Do Europeans paint their country negative the way you do your country all the time? Yes, we recognize there are issues with youth unemployment, but you don't resolve the issue of youth unemployment by creating a mountain out of a molehill. There isn't a single group in this country that fits the textbook definition of a militia. Do you know what militias do? Do you know what militias do? These are young people. Some of them are SHS leavers. Some may be holding an HND or a diploma. They want job opportunities. Is it a crime to seek your own fair share of the national cake? Then Somebody says they went undercover. Is this how you go undercover? Footage that is already out in the public domain? Is that what you understand by going undercover? Do you understand intel at all? To call this going undercover? I would want the good people of this country to reject fruitless alarmists that want to create instability where there is none. Ghana is at its peaceful best. Ghana is at its most stable. It has been in the past few decades. And Ghana is at its most secure best. Don't allow any artificial alarmism dissuade you from giving your best to this republic. Why this negativity? Why create an impression of negativity, instability, insecurity, anarchy, and chaos where none exists? Are we doing a patriotic service to this country? So I believe that we need to look at this issue critically. You call Osu Castle a safe haven for training militias? How unpatriotic can that description be? I wouldn't even call these people a cadet corps. I wouldn't. I wouldn't even call them a cadet corps. How much more a militia? Marching, doing basic drills, you call that a militia? An old lady in the village may have hypertension. You tell her militias are operating in Ghana, or they will soon start operating in Ghana. Do you understand what a militia is? Militias behead, they decapitate, they bombard, and they kill people. Who has killed anybody? And in Ghana, because of the tyranny of a majority idea, when people get only one side of the story, they go to town with it. And they shut their ears to any other perspective that runs counter to what they have already heard. The people that have been described as Frankensteins, the people that have been described as monsters, are cousins, brothers, and sisters to all of us. You may not have your own biological brother or sister or direct brother or blood brother or sister involved. But are you okay with the level of unemployment within the ranks of the youth in the country? So where you hear there are opportunities for jobs, you go to the Osu Castle, some of them even present their credentials. Just waiting. It's a stopgap measure. If there is an opportunity for them to be recruited or to be employed, then so be it. Do you know what the US does to protect itself? Do you know what the US does to create job opportunities for its youth? And you call such a group that doesn't even qualify, in my assessment, to be called a cadet group, a militia group? So why would we be doing this to ourselves as a country? Why? Do you know what a militia is? Go to Somalia and see what militias do. Go to Iraq, go to Syria, go to Libya, go to northern Mali. We have young men and women that are sacrificing to keep northern Mali safe. We have young men and women in the trenches in Timbuktu, Gao, and Kidal, trying to keep Mali safe from the activities of militias. Militias use vehicle-borne IEDs. Militias use suicide bombers. We rush into conclusion to call a group of young people a militia, when in future, may God forbid, if we ever have to contend with a terrorist organization or a militia, what then would you call that group? Young people looking for job opportunities. Are you happy with the teeming youth that are unemployed in the Republic of Ghana? So if people, instead of sitting home, want to capitalize on an opportunity to do a few drills, very basic drills, not military grade drills, just that if there is a job opening somewhere, they will be considered, and you call that a militia? I have shown you this. This is my country. I'm a son of this soil. And apart from Ghana, I don't call any other country my country. I don't have dual citizenship. And we can't allow people to seize the initiative and the narrative in a way that paints the Republic of Ghana black. We are a nation at complete peace and security with itself. Where we have issues with the way the youth in the Republic of Ghana have behaved, we have used advocacy to tackle some of those issues, proffering, solutions. On the anti-Galamsey fight, we recommended that the state should have alternative viable job opportunities for the youth. On everything the state does, we come in a very modest and courteous way to proffer alternative solutions. But somebody's son and daughter stepping out for an opportunity to work to put food on their family's table, you call them a militia? And you want to put a whole nation on tenterhooks, creating false alarm. So I felt before going in to pray the Juba prayers, I needed to, communicate to people. I needed to communicate to people. There is no militia in the Republic of Ghana. And it wouldn't help anybody to raise a militia. Do you know what militias do? You call this a militia? This doesn't even qualify for a cadet corps. Basic drills. Basic drills. Basic drills. Just waiting for job opportunities. You call that a militia. So let's be circumspect how we use some of these, terminologies, military grade terminologies. There is no militia in the Republic of Ghana. Reject the false alarm. We will continue to engage the youth in the Republic of Ghana and prod the state to do the best it can to provide job opportunities for them. But the basic drills you've seen on that video don't qualify the people to even be a cadet corps. Thank you so much for your time. And we are a nation in complete peace with itself at its own heart, and reject the false and artificial alarmism. Look, investors can't even come to Ghana if all your headlines are negative. Who points to the direction of his house with his left hand? Who does that? Would you consider America the great nation it is if it was only telling you negative things about itself? Don't you know there are mafia groups in Italy? Don't you know there are gangs in the United States that petrify people all the time and terrorize them? Does CNN accentuate those? CNN will show you the positive things about the United States of America. Why don't you do the same for your country? If you think this video that is even in the public domain is an undercover investigative journalism, do you call people to create such false alarm? Won't you draw the attention of the state so the state can do something about it? Ghana is at its peace with itself. I have expert, business friends. How would you even explain to people? Splattered on your front page, the front pages of your newspapers, week in, week out, is negativity. It's negativity. What foreign investor would want to pump his millions of dollars into a country whose own people are telling the world is unstable when there is complete peace? Step out of your house. Step out of your office. Look at the complete peace and security we are living in. We are a nation living in complete peace with itself. Go about your routine daily activities. Ghana is the most peaceful it has ever been. And don't allow anybody to tell you that militias operate in Ghana. There are no militias. This group doesn't even qualify to be a cadet group. Thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.